Hello. So we just looked through at the site that's happening live on Instagram. So Noel is handling Instagram. I'll be doing Facebook. Hello, everyone tuning in for Facebook. Welcome to episode 14 of Questions You May Be Too Shy to Ask Your Trainer. So with me here today is Noel, and I myself, Elvin. We are going to host today's episode with different interesting segments, and we're going to share stories on our end. We have a lot of questions already sent in over the week. Now, my inbox exploded when I said, "Who have questions today?" And then Noel had some questions. I just compiled them, and we got lots of things happening in episode 14. So, how are you doing, Noel?
I'm doing great. I just want to do a quick check. Can I ask my friends on Instagram or on Facebook, are you hearing the audio okay? Do I sound like I'm too far away? It's a little tricky because we're trying to do two platforms at the same time. So I'd love to know what your listening experience is right now. Are you hearing us all right? Are you hearing two versions of me? Could you just drop a comment and just roughly let me know what are you hearing? Otherwise, I think we are good to go. I just can't seem to get my volume. I can still hear you on my phone, although I muted you. Loud and clear. Okay, Salah says loud and clear. So there's no echo, right, Salah, when Alvin and I are talking. So it's all good. Okay, awesome. So I trust that if something's going horribly wrong, you all will stop us and say, stop, it's a mess. Okay. Great, awesome. So Alvin, it's been a great week. My friends on Instagram, welcome. My friends on Facebook, welcome to episode 14 of Things You May Be Too Shy to Ask Your Trainer. So Alvin and I are here today, and I was just mentioning is that this is a learning platform. It's a community that meets once a week at 9 p.m. on a Monday. We want to explore new things. We want to learn together. We want to hear what's on your mind, what's bugging you. We want to be able to answer the questions if there is, if we know the answer to the questions. And if we don't know the answer to the questions, we're going to try and point you to the right direction. Okay. Also, you have a choice. You could be watching us on Instagram. You could also be watching us on Facebook, whichever you prefer. Kim says there's a little bit of a small feedback. Let me see what I can do about that. Meanwhile, how has your week been, Elvin? You have an eventful week. So before Elvin answered that, everyone tuning in, thank you for replying to my questions. I want to ask you on Facebook or on Instagram. Number one is, where are you tuning in from? Where are you sitting down right now and looking at your phone? Are you from KL? Are you from Penang? Are you from Malaysia, Singapore, Canada, anywhere? I'd love to know. So comment below the city or country you're tuning in from and answer this question. If you're Malaysian, you would get this because I want to know, what is your favorite Hari Raya snack? Hari Raya is coming up this week. It's Aidil Fitri. It's the end of the fasting month. That's 2 days where the Muslims celebrate. Our Muslim friends celebrate the end of of the fasting month. So Malaysia is a multicultural country. The Indians have the celebration, and they have their cookies and their cool yummy stuff. The Chinese people have the celebration and they have their yummy treats and stuff. And the Malays have it. I love Malay food. I'll just put it out there. So comment where you're tuning from, and if you have a favorite Hari Raya treat, Aidil Fitri, Hari Raya Aidil Fitri treat, cookie, biscuit. For me, I'm going to say it's going to be dodol. Dodol. Malaysians will know what is dodol. To the rest of y'all who've never heard of that before, I'm not sure what goes in it. I think it's just lots of coconut milk. It's lots of sugar. It's more sugar, palm sugar, and it's just cooked and cooked and cooked until it turns brown and sticky like glue. All right. So that is my favorite treat. So comment below. We have Penny from Penang. Penny loves her lemang. My Facebook friends, comment below where you're tuning in from and what is your favorite Hari Raya treat. And if you're not from around here and you're like, I don't celebrate Hari Raya, I've never eaten any of that before, just comment what's your favorite dessert. Can't go wrong with dessert. We'd love to know. Hi, Neelam, Sarala from KL. Who else is here? Hello, my Instagram friends. Thank you for those hearts. It's super nice to see those hearts flying out to the side. Okay, Alvin, what is your favorite Hari Raya treat?
So mine would be rendang.
Rendang.
Chicken, beef rendang. I love the protein. I love the flavor. So that's something that I have to have every year.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm fortunate enough because I got a handful of Muslim clients, so they actually cook for me. Yeah, so that's one of the perks of being a personal trainer. When you have clients that celebrates all these festive seasons, we do get some goodies at the side.
But we get a lot.
Yes.
We get a lot. Shirley loves onde. Onde. That is that green round thing with the brown sugar inside, I think. The real Madura, she's from KL and she loves a rendang. Hey, same like you. Actually, I love rendang too. I ordered from one of our clients 1 kg of rendang to support the business, and also to it's like you get legit home cooked rendang that it's just made during this once a year. So I'm super excited for that. So I love my rendang. I didn't buy any dodo because if I bought a huge container of dodo and kept it at home, it's bad news because I would eat the whole thing. So that's not good. So I don't buy it. I hope somebody will send a little piece. Don't send the whole thing. Then I get to have that. So Alvin loves his rendang. There you go. Awesome. And so to my friends who are answering, keep the comments going. But also, let's not forget, we're here for a Q&A. We have some questions that you all have already submitted earlier today. So thank you for that. Thank you for being responsive, for thinking about the show and sending in your questions. We can't wait to answer them. And if you're just tuning in and you have a question about anything, health, fitness, gym, cooking, I don't know, we'll try, okay? COVID, the vaccine, like I said, we'll try. We'll just tell you what our experience is. If you want to know about home workouts, you want to know about live stream, you want to know about personal training, you've always wondered what happens in the personal training, anything goes. We look forward to your questions. If you're on Instagram, you're going to click that little question mark icon that you see at the bottom right. Click on that and we are going to see your questions and we can display the question for everyone to see. If you're tuning in from Facebook, where Alvin is keeping an eye on what you guys are saying, so comment your question there. If you get to answer, we will get to answer it live tonight. We have another 50 minutes left in the show. Today we have a show and tell. I have a couple of things I want to show you. Alvin has something he wants to show you. Also we have something. What was that one thing? Okay, I'm not going to tell you what it is, okay? And prizes, we're always giving prizes. So that means if you ask a question, I want to reward you with something, all right? So I'm giving out free classes to my live stream program. Daily Muscle runs 7 days a week. We run over 30 live stream classes. These are live on Zoom. It's my gift to you. I'll hook you up. For anyone who asks a question and wants to join in the class, Alvin has some courses, online teaching, so much that you can learn. Mine is just a workout and you're done. Alvin's stuff is deep, right? So he's gonna hook you up with some of those as well. Alvin has tons of that, and we've got freebies for you in case you thought that we are making you all work for free. No such thing. We're paying you.
So what you have to do to earn those is post a question. If you're on Facebook, comment them below. We'll pin them up, and if you're on Instagram, comment, and Noel will mention them during our live. So we're going to head on to our next segment, which is happening of the week. Now, prior to last week's episode, I shared that I got going for my first dose of AstraZeneca. So my sharing of the week is I went through it. I did it last Friday, came out perfectly fine. It was a smooth transaction. They give me a jab. I got a little mild fever on the first night. And as the day goes by, I'm back on my feet. Everything as usual, and life goes on. I think the next dose would be in about 4 to 12 weeks time, so still pending from updates from My Sejahtera app. And I think
Were you nervous when you were going?
No, I'm actually quite excited. Just want to, that's the way forward, moving forward as the appointments are coming in. I know yours is upcoming, right, Noel?
Yes, mine is supposed to be this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that, mine and Kim and I as well. I am excited. I'm not nervous. I get nervous looking at the people who are nervous about it. That makes me nervous. I'm not nervous, but I understand that whenever something sounds a little uncertain, people do have some fear. So if that's you, don't feel bad about it, but do some research, talk to your friends, talk to your doctor, and do something about it. We did cover it in the last show. So
Yeah.
so Alvin got his first shot. Awesome. And here's the thing. So it's supposed to be some kind of a special syringe, right? Where it's like really tiny, it doesn't waste any, there's zero wastage. So does that mean that the needle is smaller, or it's just like any ordinary needle?
So I actually did a recording, and some of them saw my video and they said that the needle is long. Now I didn't feel it. I just feel that the nurse is just pushing something in and that's it, because I don't get much needles in very often. So a lot of people say it's a long needle, but I can tell you that you won't feel anything. She asks you to take a deep breath. By the time you exhale, they're all done and said, okay, you're off to go. So go and experience. It's pain-free. I actually did a post on that. So if you go to my Facebook profile, you can see the whole journey there. If you're on Instagram, hop over to my Facebook. It's a public post. I did mine in UKM, so you get to see the whole experience, and I share it on there.
That's awesome. I saw you updating, and it's yeah. So I didn't look at the length of the needle, but I was always wondering. But yeah, the needle would be longer because it needs to be an intramuscular jab, so it goes into your muscle tissue. Sometimes when they draw blood, they don't go into the muscle, they go into the vein. So two different kinds of jabs there. Hope I didn't scare anyone by saying that. Don't worry, it's painless. My dad went through it. My mom was taking photos and sending to the family, so that's good. My dad can do it. I can do it. Alvin did it. I'm going to do it. And you're right, Alvin. I'm actually excited now for this weekend. So there you go. So that's what's happened with Alvin. And for everyone else watching this, you know, like I think just 2 hours ago, they announced a nationwide MCO. For my non-Malaysian friends, the MCO stands for Movement Control Order. Whether there's any order or not, and whether people are moving or not moving, that's a different story for a different Instagram show altogether. But it just announced nationwide, because before that it was just this state, that state, so much confusion. And so how does it affect us? It affects us trainers, gym owners, people who are training regularly. Maybe you have a goal you're working on, you've been going to the gym because they obviously shut the gyms down. I'm relieved that at first they didn't even let you all go out and exercise. No walking, no nothing. At first they did that, and then as always, there was a bit of a U-turn on the decision that they made. So now gyms are still closed, and this is for the benefit of those maybe you're not a gym goer and you're wondering what's the situation. They allow all economic sectors to operate, but the gym is closed. So you can't come in for not even a personal training session. You can't come in for a group class. And obviously, it's I'm a bit divided on whether it's the right thing to do, because I feel that gyms can operate safely. I feel. I mean, I know the measures that we put together in my gym. Alvin knows the measures he puts together in his gym. Can't speak for the other gyms, but I do know that so many of my friends who run gyms put a lot of effort into the SOPs, just like all the restaurants, right? But we have to close, so that's okay. We all play our part. This is the third MCO or lockdown, if you want to call it, here in Malaysia. There's one lesson I've learned. I may have whined a bit last week and got pissed off and ranted on candidates and all that. I just need to get it out of the system. But I've learned that no point focusing on the problem, because like Alvin said just now at the start of the show, it's out of our control. It's out of our control. I can't do anything. The Prime Minister maybe can, or maybe cannot also. But it's out of my control. So just cope with what we can do. Can we do a home workout? We can. Can we go out and run? Well, now we can. Can we get some weights and order some dumbbells online if we want to do some weights? We can. So we do it. Of course, I can complain and say, oh, but I love going to the gym, but that's okay. We just can't. Everyone's in the same situation. And we focus on the things that we can do, and we concentrate on what counts. At least we can move. At least we can go out, get some fresh air. At least there is some freedom to take care of our bodies, and we don't want to neglect that. Very different compared to the first MCO, where there was like everyone actually stay out in the house. I remember people used to give me a hard time because I would take my dog out for a walk just across the street, and I became the bad guy in the neighborhood. So yeah, so be grateful for what we have now. So that's to update you what's going on. Alvin, are you still, okay, you're not training people at gym, obviously, but are you doing live stream? How are you moving forward with your workouts?
So I'm focusing more on my courses, and at the same time, a lot of checking in. Now, the good thing about me is I'm very fortunate that clients are really, really independent. So they are set for success. They know what to do. And the goal is just to make the best of what we have. Like one thing I was sharing just now is control what you can control, let go of the uncontrollable, just embrace it. I am very hopeful. I believe as day goes by, things will change and we'll just be positive, smile more, and we'll see what tomorrow's news is. I think news is something that I'm just looking forward to. I won't be surprised of any changes happening anytime soon. We'll be hopeful and we'll see what goes.
Yeah, and the good news is, look, we've done this before, third time already, as in like you guys watching this also. You've done this, you kind of know what to expect. So if MCO 1, you didn't prioritize your health. MCO 2, you didn't prioritize your health. Well, MCO 3, maybe it's about time you did things a little bit differently, because you can't let this keep going on, right? Clearly, we can't depend on other people to take care of our health. You gotta take charge of your own health. Can't depend on your trainer. Not everyone is lucky to have Alvin who's going to text you and ask you how you're doing. So you got to take charge of your own health. Awesome. So we're going to move on to our Q&A segment. I know we have some questions already sent in today, but if you are watching this right now and you have any questions or anything at all, please post them, because we can add them to our list and we'll be sure to answer them. Same for my friends on Instagram as well.
So moving on to our next segment is question and answer, and already have a question here from Amanda7201. What kind of workouts can I do at home? Now, Noel, I know you do a lot of home workouts with Daily Muscles and your tips. Why don't I pass this to you first? What kind of workouts can I do at home?
Yeah. So great question, Amanda. Thank you for asking that. I think many of us are also wondering, because the gyms are closed. And maybe you're not someone who wants to go out for a run. I think the first thing you want to do right now with the whole situation or working out at home is to understand that you cannot compare it to what happens at the gym. Gym, you have access to equipment, you may have friends with you, so it's different. I think the goal for anyone training at home is primarily, especially if you're not training at home at the moment. Okay, so if you're starting, your goal should be to just keeping active. That is your goal. Because if you're not training at home and you're not going out to do anything, what are you doing? You're sitting down. You're sitting down or you're sleeping. I doubt you're just standing and watching the TV, right? So focus on staying more active. And because the goal is actually quite simple, it's very easily achievable by even a short workout. It means 15 minutes where you dedicate some time to do something. 15 minutes where you do some movement, some stretching of your joints, that still counts, right? The first thing that I would suggest that is super easy for anyone to do is just put on a pair of shoes and go out for a walk. That's the easiest. No brainer. Walk for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, get something going, especially if you've never trained before. Second option is if you're someone already doing all of that and you're like, so what else can I do? I would suggest doing a body weight based workouts. There's a lot that you can do and achieve just using your own body. All right. Now, so does it mean I'm going to be building muscle at home? That's not the goal. It's going to be kind of hard if you have access to no heavy weights, right? But what you can do with simple body weight workouts is you can use all the muscle groups in your body. You can still get your heart pumping, so you're getting your cardiovascular exercise done just with body weight workouts. Don't have to run on the treadmill to get your cardio, to get your heart working. So that will be my suggestion. And where do you find workouts like this? There's tons out there. I know a lot of people, the first thing you go and look for a workout is they go to YouTube. But it's just a little tricky because every Tom, Dick, and Harry is doing some sort of workout on YouTube. They don't know what your goals are. They don't know what your situation, or injury, or condition may be. So my suggestion is, if you want to get started with home workouts, I'll just sell what we're doing, as in like I'm giving out free workouts. It's just going to give you an idea of what you can do at home. Simple as that. No equipment needed. Don't need to buy a treadmill. Don't need to buy a whole gym set. Just your own 2 hands and legs. But that's me. I'm offering 2 for you for free. Just send me a message and I will hook you up. And it's a 30-45 minute class, and we can kind of give you an idea of how you can work your whole body in that short session. Okay, so it's hard for me to answer your question in very detail, Amanda. because it's like what kind of workouts. I would say it's body weight, but if you want to go to specific movements, it's going to be hard to show here, the limited time that we have. But please reach out to me and I will hook you up with 2 free classes. If you don't want to reach out to me, you're shy, okay, go to YouTube, look for body weight workouts. I would suggest looking for something like body weight workouts for first timers, body weight workouts for beginners, although I don't like the word beginners. You want to look at something like that because sometimes you might find something super advanced and then it's a bit challenging. So I hope that helps, Amanda.
So that's a great answer, Noel. I just want to add on to that because Noel have answered quite in-depth with it, is that any movements is better than none. So as long as you're moving, you're sweating, you are burning calories, you are getting in some sort of movement. Now, looking at Instagram, I also like to highlight that I follow Kimberly Yap, okay? Because Kimberly Yap just shares that she posted a lot of videos on movements, and she breaks it down with different levels of intensity. So you can start from a level 1, beginner, or right up to an intermediate level 2, advanced level 3. So Kimberly Yap, check her out on Instagram. You get some ideas. And
if I can add one more thing just before we go to that, Elvin, because I think a lot of people now are stuck in that whole situation of working out at home. If I can give you one piece of advice, is that to try and involve someone else in your fitness journey. Okay, like for example, in Malaysia, they say 4 weeks now. The MCO is 4 weeks, right? So in 4 weeks, most people, unless you are so super motivated, you're going to start something and you're going to give up. So you need some kind of accountability. And the problem with YouTube workouts where you just go and play what you want is, well, yes, there's lots of choice, but who's going to make sure you do your workout tomorrow at 9 o'clock? Nobody. So do it with someone at home, do it with your family, your spouse, do it with your partner, do it with friends, get together on Zoom, do something, because that is the secret to staying consistent. Because trust me, that one day you're not going to feel like doing it. That's this whole Zoom online lockdown fatigue is going to hit you and you're going to want to give up. So when you have friends doing it with you, chances of you sticking to the routine is much higher. Okay, so I'll leave you with that. Yeah.
Wonderful. So for those of you who are watching on Facebook and Instagram, if you know any amazing workouts, I invite you to share them in a comment below. Hop over to Facebook, share them below so that we all can be part of it. We all can see what are you watching, what is it worth following, and perhaps Noel and I can also share our feed forward about the videos and share some ideas on this particular topic, which is what kind of home workouts can we do, should we be doing, or that is actually helpful for all of us.
Yeah.
So for those of you on Facebook, we are moving on to our next questions. If you have any questions, just comment them below and I'll be able to pin them up. So our next question here is from Adam. As a personal trainer, how can I get more clients? I'm going to take this one. So, Adam, being a personal trainer myself, one of the simplest way to get clients would be to ask. Sometimes we are so afraid to ask and we are waiting for people to come to us. It's not going to happen. So if you're a personal trainer watching this, I invite you to just go out to your friends and family and ask, how can I be of service? I'm sure that as a fitness professional, with the knowledge that we have, we are able to help someone with something, be it, is it a training, is it a nutrition advice that we can share, and ask, how can I be of service? Now, if you're working in a gym, I remember when I first started out as a personal trainer, I was with a commercial gym, Celebrity Fitness. Now, the good thing working in a commercial gym is there are tons of members. And one thing is, I still remember, maybe that was the whole mindset. I'm not sure about your experience, Noel, is that we trainers are so shy to ask members. You know, we're always like waiting for people to come, hiding at the corner there.
Yeah.
One thing that changed.
What made you change? Yeah, I was going to ask you that.
Yeah. They don't come. And if they don't come and I don't go, no one is going anywhere. So in order for things to change, you know who have to change? I have to change. So as a personal trainer, you have to change. Go out there and ask, how can I be of service? I think this is one of the most powerful phrase or words in my life that I remember right up to today. How can I be of service? And there's always something that we can help people, be it a training advice, nutrition, motivation, something that you can be of service to someone. I mean, you can ask someone and that conversation will lead to you possibly having more potential clients. So Adam, I hope you find this helpful. What's your experience with this, Noel? I know that you also have personal training clients in your
and
fitness
I think
journey, right?
even goes for those who want to do the group classes. Like if you want people to sign up for our program, I think this also applies to anyone. Just whatever you're selling, we sell fitness and health. Let's say tomorrow you're selling brownies, right? Let's say, right? If you don't ask, like Alvin said, people don't know. If you don't put it out there that I'm selling brownies, nobody's gonna know, right? So you need to ask, exactly as Alvin has said. Also, like rather than just asking people that you don't know, you can also ask people that you do know and ask them if they know someone. It's basically asking, but you're going through a trusted person, someone who already knows you, who likes you, who trusts you. Chances are higher that they're gonna refer someone to you. So that's one way. Also, remember to collect. If you work with your clients, obviously the clients are going to enjoy. I hope you're delivering a program that your clients enjoy, right? That's the first thing you got to do. Your clients are seeing results, and when you see results and they're happy with what you're doing, you can always ask for a review. And if you're an independent business like I am or Alvin is, we all have a Google listing or like a Facebook listing where someone can actually just drop in there and just leave a review. And I say this because a lot of people Google someone up before they actually go and show up. So if they go to your Google page or your Facebook reviews and they read what people are saying, of course, it has to be honest reviews. You don't go and fake it. That's just defeats the purpose. So you ask your existing clients, number one, ask them for clients. Number two, ask them to leave you a review. And I don't see why anyone would say they will not, because if they've enjoyed working and training with you, they will leave you a review. Sometimes they just need reminders because people are busy. So we at Daily Muscle, we have tons of reviews, not because they're fake, but it's because we ask. We ask. And people have all the intention to support you. Trust me, your clients are already paying you money. They're joining your program. They believe in you. They will support you. Sometimes they don't know how else can they support you, right? So it doesn't mean always support that has to be in the form of referral or spending more money with you. Support can also be in the form of leaving a review. Speaking of review, actually, Alvin, you know how people say that you should keep, on my phone, I write on my calendar that every day there's a reminder for me, like what are 3 things I'm grateful for. So I'll make sure I do that. It just takes me 30 seconds. Today, I'm grateful that we can still go out and train. Today, I'm grateful that the gym is not too far away. So I'll just list out 3 things, just mentally do it over by. I added something new to my list, which is to leave 1 Google review every day. Of course, it can't be a lie, but it's to leave 1 good Google review. Like if I had a bad experience, I'm not going to do it. So I've been over the past 2 weeks, every day I would leave 1. I would go to a restaurant that I've been going and I would just leave a review there on what I enjoyed and why I liked it. And I'll always give someone a 5-star review unless I had a bad experience. So that's been useful. So reviews matter. So whether or not you're someone looking for a personal training client or whether or not you just want to make someone's day, right? I always feel that when you make someone else feel better, you actually feel better. So I'm doing all that things for myself, actually. I could leave a good review for someone because I feel good when I do it. So we diverted a little bit, but I hope that it helps someone out there. Leave a review.
Yeah, so you can actually go to Google and Google Daily Muscle Alvin Attu. No, perhaps, yeah, a review will come in.
Only if you've done our programs, but otherwise, don't say, yeah.
Yes. Okay, for those of you in Instagram, if you have any questions, please post them up. Is there any questions that we can take from Instagram, Noel?
I don't see any here. No. So to my friends on Instagram, you see the little question mark icon on the bottom right, the little question in the chat bubble. Click that question mark and send us a question. Maybe it's about something that we just said. Maybe it's about Alvin's experience with a giant needle. Whatever it is, we've got more in store for you. We do have some questions that came in earlier today as well, so we have that. But we want to prioritize you because you're here and you're live. If there's anything you wanted to ask, please drop a question. If you're watching on Facebook, drop a question there as well. And we got time. We can definitely get to your question today. Awesome. What's next, Alvin?
So it's 9:30, moving into our next segment, which is show and tell.
Ooh.
Noel and I are going to show you something, and we're going to tell you a little story about it. Do you want me to go first, Noel? You start showing the
first,
little...
but I'm going to give everyone a teaser. My show and tell is this. This is the back part of it. I'm not going to show you the front, but just to leave you all wondering what it is. Okay, back to Alvin.
Looks like something from Lazada.
You got that part right, okay.
I'm just guessing, none of this is sponsored. So my show and tell is this.
Wow.
So you can see this on Facebook, and let me try with on.
You can on Instagram, you just got to block your face, put it in front. There you go.
Okay, so it's a little painting that I did a couple of weeks back, and it's a painting of a guy or a person climbing up a mountain. Okay, and the words here, it says, you can achieve anything you set your mind to. I'm going to shift over for Instagram. Okay, and this is actually my message that I tell myself, my message that I tell all my achievers, all my friends, family, clients, that we can achieve anything we set our mind to. You know, whether is it a fitness goal, a career goal, a personal goal, a relationship goal, anything that we want to achieve in life, if we truly set our mind to, we can achieve it. And this is my message that I carry with me throughout my day, and I try to be reminded of it as much as I can, and I try to live that message, live it as in to be the example of that message. So when I paint this picture, I was thinking of, you know, whatever we want to achieve, we need to climb that high mountain, and this guy is just halfway through. You know, so we all have big goals, and sometimes we might not reach our goal yet. We are halfway through. You know, the journey is tough, but if we really set our mind to, and we put in the little work, the little effort, the time and energy, we will eventually reach up to that high mountain.
Wow,
okay, so for those
awesome.
of you, for those of you who are watching this, you know, you feel like, I haven't lost my weight yet, I haven't achieved that goals yet, my business, I haven't got that promotion, I'm not where I want to be today, not who I am today. It's okay. As long as you know that you're putting in the effort, you kind of set your mind to it. If you haven't, now is the time to set. And it's halfway, you are there. So, you know, once again, my message is you can achieve anything you set your mind to. You know, it's very important to be reminded that daily, and when you can really set your mind, trust me, you all are amazing. You all have gifts and strength and uniqueness. You know, you can achieve anything. You know, when people tell me that I can't do this and that, and I put my heart and soul into it, I actually did it. So I'm just Alvin. You are special in your own ways. So when you think of giving up, think of the mountain. That's you over there halfway through, climbing up to the mountain. You may not reach there yet, but you're halfway through. Just set your mind, realign everything. You're going to reach there eventually. So that's my show and tell, a guy climbing up a mountain, and that person is you and me and everyone else.
For me, the next time I think that I can't do something, I'm gonna think of how you painted that. How long did it take you to paint that?
So it took me 2 hours.
That's it?
So I went for it was like a charity painting workshop. So they just give you a blank canvas.
Okay.
And then they give you paint. They ask you to just draw something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. 2 hours. That's amazing.
The last time I painted was actually in primary school.
I'm going to say the same thing also. I think the last time I did any painting, maybe not too long after primary school, and it's horrible. This is actually nice. So, ladies and gentlemen, what Alvin actually painted actually looks good. That means he might even be able to sell it or display it in his own home. Right? Wow, I'm blown away, Alvin. I'm blown away.
So if I can do this, Noel, you can do it. You all can do it. You can do this in 2 hours. You can do anything. Once again, you can achieve anything you set your mind to.
Got it. Awesome. Now,
that's my show and tell. Thank you so much.
My show and tell is a little bit different. I didn't have to paint it. I just had to go online, and 2 to 3 clicks, I bought something. That's my show and tell. Okay, Alvin took it to a whole different level, which is great. Now I'm just like, wow, I'm still blown away by Alvin's show and tell. Mine is more of just being super practical. I love my vitamins and my vitamin C and my vitamin D, and I have this habit of, because there's so many things lying around, sometimes I will remember this, sometimes I'll forget that. Some people even do that with their medication, right? You get up and what to take. So once and for all, I went online and I bought the biggest pill box that you can find. Just look, it's bigger than my head. right? My Instagram friends can see it. Yeah, there you go. And here's the best part: it has 7 days a week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it has Monday AM, Monday PM, Tuesday AM, Tuesday PM. Because I take different stuff in the morning, some I take at night. So I sit down for 15 minutes. I distribute all the capsules for the week, and I don't have to open another container again for the whole week, because trust me, it drives me crazy. My fridge, I have to look for it. So for me, my show and tell is that I had a situation which I was frustrated of, and nothing's gonna change if the bottle's not suddenly gonna become more accessible. I had to do something about it. So I bought a pill organizer, and I'm so happy. I'm happy to take my vitamins now. I'm not annoyed that I forgot this, I forgot that. And also I'm more consistent. I know for sure every day I'm going to take my 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, because it's in there for sure, and not take in the morning and then in the evening forgot, did I take or not? I will take one more. That was what I was doing for far too long. So I decided to do something about it. I'm very glad. And the best part is, I think it only costs like 5 ringgit. 5 ringgit. That's for my friends in America, it's like $1.20. But includes shipping from China. It comes from China. And it was so nice. I bought 2. I bought one for Kim. I bought one for me. She hasn't opened hers yet, but she's keeping it there ready. But I'm very proud of my little show and tell. So if that's you, if you're someone struggle like me, you're very OCD about what time I take this and that, get a pill box. It just really I think it took a lot of stress out of my life also. It really did. I'm so happy with that purchase. And yeah, but Alvin, you and your painting is like next level. I'm gonna paint something next week.
Well, we all should paint. Maybe the next time I go for my painting class, I'm gonna call you too, okay? And I like that, as interesting as just Kim was just commenting, my pill junkie husband on Instagram. When you set up yourself for success, like Noel did for his pill, when you see it there, you know that you have to take it. And that can be applied to, putting your workout clothes in front of you. When you see it, you're going to wear it, you're going to get your workout. Putting the meals or the ingredients that you're supposed to cook. When you slice it, prepare, I'm going to cook this tomorrow. The chances are you are going to cook that tomorrow. Because if it's not there, you're just like, I'm rushing. Tons of excuse coming in, you get forgetful. So, that's little things, setting yourself up for success. So I love that, Noel.
Awesome. It's like meal prep, but for my pills. That's really what it is.
Pills prep.
Pill prep. Okay. I think we're going back to our Q&A segment next. I do have a question that's up on Instagram. Penny's laughing at us. I'm not sure, but that's okay. I'm glad you find us funny, Penny. We are a hilarious bunch. What else? Okay, this question comes from Gerald. I know Gerald. Gerald saying, is calorie counting important? Yeah. You want to take a stab at this first, Alvin?
Calories counting important. Putting that down.
Oh yeah, Alvin's typing the question on Facebook. There you go.
It is important, because we need to know whether we are in a calorie deficit for fat loss or in a calorie surplus for building muscles or gaining weight. So calorie counting is important. Is it a necessary first step for most of us? No. Is it an important step that I advocate to my clients who are just starting out with me? No, because I feel that there are much urgent, bigger pictures that can lead them to success in a more effective and faster way besides counting calories. And one of it is, for example, just looking at the quality of the meals, like eating more whole food, single ingredient food, and lesser of multiple ingredient food, processed food. That would just immediately change their whole nutrition, the food that they are consuming on a daily basis. And to think about it, if you were eating mainly single ingredient food, whole food, indirectly, you're actually consuming lesser calories. So if I can just shift your focus to the things that matter the most, you realize that, I'm actually eating better. And at the same time, actually, I don't have to count calories. I'm already indirectly in a calorie deficit, as compared to investing a lot of time, energy, and perhaps emotion into being a little bit yes and no with the calories. Oh, I overshoot 20 calories with a little bit extra of peanut butter. So it is important, but it's not the most important or the most urgent thing that I would look into or work with my clients in terms of counting calories.
Yeah, there you go. Alvin said it. Awesome. Hope you found that useful, Gerald. I sometimes tell my clients, it depends on their goals. Some people need to count because of what they're doing. Maybe they're competing in a contest and they really need to know that it has its role. But for most people, I always tell my clients, unless you really like doing maths every time you eat, and some people love this. Some people love their reports and their charts and their deficit and where can they add in and all. Some people love it. They get so excited, and then by all means go ahead. But for a lot of people that I work with, they don't like it, or after a while they tend to just ditch it, and that's okay. I also feel that everybody should try it out once in a while, see what it's like to count, and not just count calories, but really what your calories consist of. That means because calories is like Alvin said, it's not just looking, it's not taking into account what you're eating, right? You want to make sure you're consuming enough protein, carbs, and fat. So not just calories. But I hope I answered your question there, Gerald. I think I have another question coming up also. Okay, I will pass this to Alvin also. This is from our friend Mong Peng. By the way, Mong Peng, congratulations on your, let me see, did I remember, your 3.7 kgs of fat loss in our 6-week challenge. So very well done. Mong Peng is a light person. She's not like 100 kgs. So we're all still trying to figure out where the 3.7 kgs of fat came from. But congratulations on that. So here she is asking, how long should a warm up or cool down be? Okay, let me take a stab at this first, and then I'll pass it to Alvin to see if he wants to add on. I think a warm up serves its purpose. The purpose of the warm up is to get you ready for the workout. Depending on the kind of workout that you're doing, if you're going to go and do like Olympic powerlifting or something where your risk of injury can be very high, your warm-up should also be longer. For the benefit of most people who are probably just going to the gym and doing a 30-minute class or a 45-minute class, or maybe you're doing a 20-minute quickie YouTube workout that you found, your warm-up can actually be very, very short. The goal is really just to rehearse the movements that you're about to do before you start loading your body. So like for us in Daily Muscle, in our 45-minute classes, the warm-ups are really like about 5 to 6 minutes of the class, because we know exactly what we're going to do for that day. So if you're going to do some push-ups, we're going to do some push-ups in the warm-up. If you're going to do some squats, you're going to do some squats in the warm-up. You don't have to warm up every single muscle group unless you are working every single muscle group in that workout. Okay, so warm-ups can be very focused based on the workouts. In case you're wondering, like, how come I go here, the warm-up is so long? Also, sometimes people tend to confuse warming up by just breaking a sweat. Warming up has to be purposeful. That means it's based on the workout. Doesn't mean that if you just go on the treadmill and run for 20 minutes and you sweat already, that means I'm ready for the workout. No, because if you're going to do a squat, if you're going to go and do some squats, and all you did was just run for 20 minutes, you haven't warmed up for the workout yet. You actually haven't. So think of it more in terms of preparing. So think of the movements that you're going to do. I'm not exactly sure if there's like, is there like a certain amount of time that you have to, or a certain number of reps that you have to run through, or is it just basically running through the movements?
I would say more towards doing a multiplanar dynamic warm-up, and that can range from 5 to 15 minutes, once again, depending on the workouts, what sort of workouts you're doing. You know, if you're more towards competitive, you have a specific PR that you want to break on that particular day, then generally your workout might be a little bit longer. You know, if that day you only have 30 minutes to work out, then, you know, you want to perhaps warm up for 5 minutes. You don't want to be warming up for 15 minutes and then work out for 10 minutes and then warm down for the next 5 minutes. So that won't be the most effective training for the day. So, you know, depend on your overall duration and then allocate perhaps 10% of the time, 10-20% to the warm up, 10-20% to your warm down, and the remaining would be your workout.
Right. And also you mentioned cool down. So think about it, actually, we're not really needing to cool down. Let me clarify what I mean by that, because when you leave your workout class, it's not that you're going to stop moving. It's not that you're going to straight away lie in bed and all activity stops. You're basically transitioning from one thing to another. Now you're in a class, you're doing some weights. Now you're going to go and climb the stairs and get into your car. It's still movement. So if you think of it that way, it's really just preparing you for the next step, which is just calming yourself, bringing your heart rate down a little bit, right? Don't leave the class with your heart rate still high and you just dump the equipment there and run out. That just causes you to panic. So it's really just a transition. It can be anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, right? If the last thing you didn't raise your heart rate up so much and you're already your workout was such where you've already kind of toned down, you could be ready to just walk right out. But what's important is that you do not skip the warming up or the preparation for the workout. You have to do some sort of movement prep, and you also do not completely skip the cool down, because the cool down is there to also mentally prepare you, calm you down. You achieve this, think about what you did. There's a little bit of that going on. So yeah, I hope that helps. Mong Peng.
So one of the words that Noel and I like to use in replacement of cool down is actually warm down, like Noel mentioned just now. It's a transition. So we want to warm ourselves down, and we don't want to be cold walking out of a training session. So if you're watching this, think of it, warm down. Okay, people are running, what is warm down? Is that a new part of a training program? No, it's just a more precise words of
warm down. Yeah.
Right. Okay, I have a question here from Facebook. Ahmad Tariq 2. How much weight should I use when strength training? So I'm gonna begin by saying that when you are lifting weights, one thing that you can base off is RPE, rate of perceived exertion. Basically, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being low intensity, 10 being high intensity, how light or how heavy that particular weight or movement feels. So if I'm training a client and they just did 20 kilos dumbbell squat, I'm going to say that particular weight, that set, how does 1 to 10, how do you feel? And if you give me a 5, so I know he's somewhat in the middle, so I would want to bring it up to a 6 to a 7, depending on where he is in that particular movement. So RPE is a good standpoint or standard that you can ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how does this weight feel? And that would help you to decide whether you should increase the weight, reduce the weight, to make better decisions with it. Generally, since Ahmad Tariq is asking in terms of strength training, you want to keep your RPE about 7 to 9. So you want it to be somewhat challenging, but not until that every repetitions or every set you are lifting to failure. Because if you do that, you're going to reach fatigue very, very early part of your workout. And that's something I see very common, is we try to push all up way too front. First exercise, first set, you go to failure. Now that's not the most effective things to do, because no matter what our training goal is, the principle is progressive overload. You want to get stronger. You want to do better for each movement. So if that workout, you have 5, 6 movements, you want to try your level best, sticking to an RPE of 7 to 9 to achieve progressive overload with your training of the day, with all kinds of movements. So that's my take on how much weight is to use RPEs. Ask yourself how you feel on a scale of 1 to 10. Keep it between 7 to 9 for strength training. What's your take on this, Noel?
I would say if you are new to strength training, you would always just want to work with something that you're comfortable with. I think the basis of the question is people are afraid of getting injured. That's really what it is. And sometimes we overestimate ourselves, especially like, for example, now like 4 weeks of lockdown and then you're going to go back to the gym. It's very hard to take it easy, especially when you've been lifting a certain amount of weight. So I think Alvin has answered it in great detail, but if I were to add anything, I would just say that lifting weights, it's strength training doesn't mean carry the heaviest thing to compare with other people. It's carrying what works for you, and everybody is different. Some people are just naturally so strong. You can't just say, oh, he can do that, I can do it too. No, that's how injuries happen. So it's being able to put our ego aside, to be okay with lifting a little bit heavy, because everyone's on their own journey. That's what I would add to what Alvin, to that question on how much weight should you use when strength training. Awesome. I have a question on Instagram. Alvin, do you have anything on Facebook for now?
No, let's have yours on Instagram.
Okay, awesome. This one goes to fitness business owners. It's from my buddy Jaya Ramachandra. I believe he's a gym owner, or he was a gym owner. Anyway, he's asking a question, which also I think it applies to not just fitness business owners, but to any business owner whose business is affected. Because although the government said that all economic sectors can open, they say gyms can't open. The question is, oh yeah, can you see it? Okay, to my Facebook friends. The question is, what should fitness business owners be doing? What should we do during this current outbreak? So my answer to that, there's so many things we can be doing, but let me just try and focus overall to just help guide you, because what works for me may not necessarily works for you. But what I think we can all agree is that we should all be doing something and not just giving up and waiting for a knight in shining armor to come and save us, because that's not going to happen. Third MCO already, and if you're a fitness business owner here in Malaysia, you know how we've been screwed front, left, and center, and with all the promises, and nothing happened now. Okay, so we got to take charge. Just like how for all of you fitness enthusiasts watching this, how you have to take your fitness and health into your own hands. So to gym owners as well, you need to take your business into your own hands. So what can you do? Well, I think this is a great opportunity because the gym is closed, right? You can be at home or wherever and reach out to your existing clients, like the ones that you're currently training who are affected. Like Alvin said just now, that magic question, how can I be of service to you? So you don't give up with it. This is a time for you to focus on other things. Talk to them about nutrition. Talk to them, ask them how they're doing, right? This is your chance to put on the hat of being a counselor, of being a coach, and not just a trainer, and to reach out. What do they need? Do they need help with workouts? And then you probably have a huge list of things like, okay, this is what all my clients need, and you can work on that. That's one thing. So go with a service mindset to your existing clients, and not to sell them something and say, buy this, buy, help, I need money. But really just, how can I help you? Second thing is, you can actually go to your clients for help. That's what we did. We have a lot of clients who've been very supportive with us. So I think a lot of gym owners shouldn't compare with what we are doing, because we are just beyond blessed, because we've had our clients offer us like money to like keep you afloat. We didn't take it, but we were like, here, how about you prepay for your membership instead? So we looked at creative ways of selling memberships. Also, we actually didn't really close the doors of our gym. What I mean by that is our physical doors are closed, but we are training virtually. And if you are someone watching this and you're a gym owner and you're like, this virtual thing doesn't work, it may not work for everybody, but it works for somebody. And it's what we have. And compared from now to 15, 16 months ago, people are more open to it now. 15 months ago, half the people in my gym didn't know what Zoom. To get them on Zoom, and it's just complicated. Now everyone's a pro on Zoom, so the level of acceptance is very high. So go ahead and offer some sort of online solution. We see so many people who in the past have not been open to. We do personal training online. Of course, it's going to feel different. It's going to feel weird, but offer it, because it is an option. That's what other gyms are doing. And here's the magic advice I'm going to give you. Don't do things for free. Don't go online. If you want to do community work online and go on your Instagram and do a workout for free, do it. But don't suddenly start training everybody for free, because it's still your time, it's still your expertise. And if you just go free and you don't get any income, then you can't be there for your clients when things are normal again. Think about that. You got to take care of yourself as well. So just to recap what I said, number one is to reach out to your existing clients and go with a service mindset on how you can help them. Number two is it's okay to ask them for financial help. I don't mean borrow money, although we had clients offered money, but how about prepay for 3 months? But you got to keep your word and honor it, as in like 3 months later, and they come back to you and they're like, hey, remember I paid for this, you got to honor it. So that can help you stay afloat. You got to do something like that. And the third thing is to be open to virtual training. There's so many resources online. Go and Google how to run. If you're watching us on Facebook, I'm gonna go and paste some resources there on how to set up a Zoom class that can give people an amazing experience. I've done Zoom workout classes where people leave with tears, because you'll be surprised, through the screen, you can portray that energy, that emotion, and people can be so engaged in an online class. And we didn't come up with it, we learned from others. So people are sharing this information out there. It's easy to find it. I'm going to post it on the Facebook thread of episode 14. So J.R. Ramachandra, you're going to head over to Alvin Neto's Facebook Live. I'll post it right after this chat, and just read through that. That will help you, or anyone else who wants help in doing live stream classes. Okay, I hope that helps. All right, over to you, Alvin. You want to add anything to that? Yeah, Alvin's also in the same boat as me.
I think you answered them fantastically. I think one thing is, I just want to sum it up, is just add value. When you can add value to people, people would know that you have something to offer, something to give, and they will come to you. And naturally, that process begins something else. That process opens doors to many more opportunity, and you as an entrepreneur will figure that out and move forward with it, and you find your ways. I believe we all fitness professionals, fitness entrepreneurs, we have it in us. We just have to embrace it, go through it, and goodness is just awaiting us right at the end.
Yeah, great. I think we should be wrapping up as we hit our
Yes.
1 hour mark.
Okay, I'm going to end it with, there are still some questions. I invite you to send us questions, because Noel and I are going to prepare them for episode 15 next week. And we thank you so much for all the questions you have shared on Facebook and on Instagram. We appreciate your time, your attention. And I invite those of you on Instagram, do hop over to Facebook, because in the comment section below, Lawrence has shared some things. There are people, Noel and I are going to post informations, videos, clips, content of our live today on Facebook that would stay there in this episode. So that's the beauty of Facebook. It's going to be there. So on Instagram, after this, it's going to end. We can't see the comment. But on Facebook, it lives with the video, and we're going to keep it there on Facebook.
Great. So my Instagram friends, thank you for participating. Thank you for the hearts that go flying on the side. I love seeing those. Thank you for the questions. And as promised earlier as well, if you asked a question, I'm going to hook you up. Alvin's going to hook you up. Just send us a direct message and say that I want those 2 free classes that you were talking about. And I'll hook you up with 2 free classes to do our live stream classes. You can take them from anywhere in the world. Alvin's courses are also available online. He will hook you up with something. If you want what he has to offer, head over to his page. I want to thank you, my Instagram friends. Thank you, my Facebook friends and colleagues who are here and ever so supportive. I will say my goodbye before I pass it over to Alvin. So thank you for your time. Next week, we have episode 15. Please stay in touch with me and Alvin. You don't have to wait until Mondays to talk to us. You can send us questions and comments and interact with what we do throughout the week as well. So from me, that's my goodbye. Over to you, Alvin, for your last few words.
So once again, thank you all so much. If you're on Facebook, we also invite you to follow us on Instagram, Daily Muscle and Alvin Neto, because on Instagram, Noel and I do post different stories and content that might not be available on Facebook, especially Noel. I know he posts a lot of Instagram stories. So do follow us. We stay connected. And I wish everyone a safe and healthy week ahead. Bye.
Bye, my friends.